time to build more truSDX. I was going to put the toroids on, but I looked at the instructions that are recommended online, and they recommend putting on the relays next, so I will do that. This should be relatively simple. They're surface mount relays, but it's through hole on the board, so we just gotta bend all these legs to be vertical, and they should just slot right in. And then, well, it won't be the easiest to solder, but we'll do it. 8 pins, but they're not evenly distributed around, so it's easy to tell which way they go. So if we heat this up, back to the normal soldering iron again, and then it's this one right here. Whoops, need a little more solder to reach. Get the gunk off. Try not to breathe too much of this smoke. There we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and this will be number 8. Take an extra minute because it's the ground plane one. Let me heat this guy a little bit. And if we take a look, it looks like it's in there pretty well. And we just gotta do that 4 more times. Back to the easy stuff, no more. I think I'm done with surface mount stuff actually for the rest of the build, so those of you who enjoyed watching me struggle doing that will be disappointed. The relay is not totally flat on the bottom. I don't know if you can see that. That white bit there sort of bumps up a little bit, so they don't sit very flat on the board, which is not a problem. You gotta be aware. Put that on there like that, and we'll solder 1 pin to make sure it looks okay. Reheat that a little bit. That's pretty good. The toroid winding will be a little bit slow. That's just the nature of winding. The hard part was all the various instructions on the website have different number of turns, different values, and so I talked to some people and they recommended that the table of ideal values was the best one to follow, and so I took that, plugged the values into a calculator online, and then used that to figure out how many turns, and so that's what I'm going to use, and hopefully it's close, and if I have to, you know, remove a turn or squeeze windings or whatever, that's not too hard to do. No soda this past weekend, but got some coming up planned, so if you like new soda content, stand by. There's plenty of it in the pipeline. ground ones. Oh, it is a breath of fresh air to solder this easy stuff. Wonder how much more expensive regular through-hole relays are. I guess these do say 5-volt DC. That might be the problem, is the lower voltage relays might be harder to acquire. Let's see, it's the middle one now. One more. Or I wonder why, if you want to get surface mount relays, he didn't just put surface mount pads on the board. I feel like that would have been a reasonable option to do this. Ooh, that one did not hold. Just hold it on and melt the solder. That's better. There, that was a nice and easy step. 5 relays on, and it only took like 5 minutes. That's pretty good. So we put that aside for a moment. In this nice notebook here, I wrote down, copied down the values we want for each, the inductance values in microhenries. then if we look at this screen here, this nice calculator, you know, they recommended like the T37.6, and for 10 meters for number 1, we just put that in. We want 0.26 microhenries, and to calculate, it says 9.3 turns, and so we'll put 9 turns on, and it also helpfully tells me I need 6.7 inches of wire, which is well, I left my ruler at the other desk, but I can just measure the wire and get about the right amount without having to guess or cut too much or too little, whatever. So here's the wire. Now I know, oops, I moved this other window out of the way so I can see. 6.7 inches, about 6.5 inches, and that is on a T37-6 core, which are the yellow ones, and I have some in this bag here. Oops. Oh, green. I'm not expecting to get green ones. I'm gonna put those back. But let me straighten this wire out a little. Here's 6 inches, and we'll just cut it a little bit long. It's about 6.5. And what did I say? 9 turns. As hopefully you know, every pass through the center is 1 turn. And it looks like the holes are just directly opposite, so it doesn't matter which way I wind this. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Now the real question is this heat strippable or not? If it is, that's very convenient. But yeah, 9 turns, we can count them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So if I clamp that in here, we'll do this far end. Let's see if we can strip off the insulation. I might need to turn up the temperature a couple degrees. Give the iron a moment to heat up. That seemed like a strip. Let's see if this end does it. Whoever invented heat strippable magnet wire is my hero. If we grab the multimeter, we can, go to continuity and make sure, yep, that's stripped. So I suppose some people like to just put the toroid in the circuit and melt it as they put it in, but I feel like that heats up the components nearby too much, so I don't like to do that. But if we spread these turns out a little bit, we can trim those to a more appropriate length, and then just clamp and heat again. I'm going to get these big lumps of solder off. They will be too big to get through the holes on the board. We'll get it eventually. There we go. Do the other one. I think that's pretty good. This is probably quite warm. Actually, that's not too bad. And this was going in slot 1. If we look at the main RF board, this RF board, that was this L11, part of the bandpass filter here. Yeah, this is the bandpass. There's a couple of capacitors, low pass with the second harmonic trap, I think. First harmonic, I forget. But anyway, L11, whatever it is. So, if we hold this the right way, L11 goes right here. And I could wind a bunch and then install them, but that's dangerous because if you're not paying attention, you install something in the wrong spot. it just won't work. Two. There, that's pretty good. I know I have plenty of magnet wires. Trim these if we want to be really sure. Grab the multimeter again. Whoops, where'd the other lead go? And make sure we've got continuity between the two. And there is. We could even measure the resistance, and it should be just about 0 ohms between here and here. Yeah, it's a fraction of an ohm. So that was a success. Whoops, knocking into stuff. So now I will grab the trusty pencil and put a check mark there or something so I keep track. Let's see, just to hammer this point home. The next one we need 0.1 microhenries. So if we clear that, 0.1 microhenries calc, 5.8 is 6 turns, which is what we want, which is, 4.5 inches of wire. Try not to get this all tangled up, but 4.9, we'll just do 4.5. I'm usually pretty good at not needing the full amount. Right there. And what did I say? 6 turns. Trick is to, there you go, that's about the right amount of leg on one side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, wow, this is gonna really spread around. Not a lot of turns. But anyway, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And the other way people do this, you can take a picture up close, and then with your digital camera on your screen, you can blow it up so you can see it, which works well if you have the very fine magnet wire, or there's a lot of turns. You can mark them as you go. Make sure you get the right number of turns, when you're winding 30 turns on a core. Most we'll need to do is 23 for 80 meters, so that won't be bad at all. Do some heat stripping. You can do it. There it goes. It's probably hard to see, but you can see the insulation just burn away, and the wire goes from being this sort of reddish of the insulation to the nice silver of the solder. Watch it. Ooh. Bubble away. Let's see. That's a little warm. This is L12, the other one for 10 meters. It's quite warm. But these, no, yeah, I didn't quite get all the solder off, so that's a little thick to fit through the hole. That's probably good. There we go. L12. I don't think I'm going to check all these until, I think I'll just put a bunch on and then go back with the multimeter. I think it'll be more efficient that way. So there we go, 10 meters. All the capacitors, the relay, and now the two inductors. Let's see, check mark. So now L21, 15 meters. I didn't actually write down how much I need, so I guess you get to watch me do this. Need 0.35 microhenries. Clear, 0.35. Calculate. 10.8, so that's 11 turns. That was 7 inches of wire. There's 6, 7. And that's going on a T37-6, which is another yellow core. If you ever wondered how the cores are named, the T37, 37 is the, I think, the outer diameter in hundredths of an inch or something like that. And then the -6 is the material that this is made out of. And so these red ones are -2, and these gray ones are, I think, FT something, FT37-43 maybe, which is a different sort of mix. And they all have different properties, and it's very complicated, and I don't know enough to speak intelligently about it. So 11 turns. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Ooh, I cut this one very short. We can get another turn on there. 11. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Yeah, in case you didn't read the URL there, if you just go to toroids.info, is this excellent website with this calculator here. It's my favorite for toroid related stuff, but I know there are other sites if you have your own favorite. Yeah, it's nicely spread around. Wake up, warm up. Definitely need some sort of helping hand thing to do this, because these get pretty hot. Or you need a friend who's willing to sit there with a, hold it in a pair of needle nose pliers or something while you melt off the insulation. So if you don't have friends, spend the $10 and get one of these. I think I got this one at a ham swap meet or something like that. Let's see, this is 15L21. And this guy right here. 1, 2. This wire seems easier to burn than other magnet wire, or easier to de-insulate than other magnet wire I've used. So, kudos to, I forget his call sign, the guy who organized the New Hampshire group buy. High quality magnet wire. That looks pretty good. The real trick is, you know, if I have to adjust the filters, it's easy to take off one of these, take off a turn and put it back on, but adding a turn means I gotta cut out a new length of wire, wind it, do it all over again. So let's see, 0.14 is next. Clear 0.14, calculate 7 turns, I need about 5 inches. I think I'm unwinding this backwards. It keeps getting tangled up in itself. What did I say? 5 inches. There we go. I suppose if you have a very large supply of magnet wire, there's no reason to measure carefully. But I have no idea how much I have. 7 turns. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. This will be like that L12. Not a whole lot of turns to go around. It's probably about as pretty as I'm gonna get it to look. That's a little long. Definitely feel like I'm making better progress now than when I was trying to fight with those tiny, tiny surface mount chips. L22. Right in there. I guess I can see how this is a bit easier to do it this way than try and work around these toroids to get the relays in. But in the end, I doubt it makes much of a difference if I had done it the other way first. Two. There we go. 10 meters and 15 meters done. 20 meters, I still have it on T37-6 core. We want 0.52. I don't know if to clear it first. 13.2 turns. That seems a lot like 13 turns. 8.5 inches. 6, 7, 8. Let's see some more. I'm not sure what these green ones are. This site says that green is a -12 mix. Oops, don't get these out. Don't get that out yet. 13 turns. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oops. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Perfect. Spread these guys out a little bit. The goal is to get them evenly spaced to start, and you can squeeze the turns closer or farther to adjust the inductance a little bit once it's actually in the circuit. So that's usually about as good as I can get it, or I'm willing to try and get it. A lot of radios will have trimmer capacitors, so if it's not quite perfect, and it's a resonant circuit, you just move the capacitor around a little bit to compensate for slightly different inductances. But I suppose that doesn't really work for the filter. That's more for intermediate stages, the IF transformers or filters, whatever. But that would require a superhet rig, which this is certainly not. There we go. This was number 3, 3-1. Swabby-go. Pieces of solder on there or something. Well, I think that got him. See how good, yep. Three, 1. It's looking pretty good. Both on there. Try not to shoot these wires all over the place. Check on that one. The next one should be 8 turns from what I've written down. We need 0.21. 8 turns, 6 inches. Where'd the wire go? Oh no, I've tangled this up badly. That was a mistake. Oh well. I think I'll use a bunch of this anyway before it needs to get put away again. There we go. 6 inches, 8 turns. And this is not nicely coiled, so I'll just drape that over everything. One, two, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I guess all those kits I've built in the past come in handy when I try and do stuff like this live. Don't want people to think I'm too much of a fool. That might be a little too much solder on there. Oh, this will be, oh, that's warm. 3, 2. So 1, 2. Nope, that'll go right in. I bent that one a little much. Trim it close enough so there's no shorts. I think I lost the wire. It'll turn up at some point. And that's that one. Next, I'm going to switch to the T37-2 red core. So if I switch to there, T37-2 for 40 meters, 1.03 microhenries. Calc, wow, 16 turns exactly. That's pretty rare. 10 inches. What we can do, 5 plus 5. I need to get some water. Somewhere I have a water bottle that's not totally empty. That's better. 16 turns precisely. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Oh, wow. The 23 turn one is going to be pretty tight. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Yep, we did it. That's not so bad looking. Wake this guy up again. This one will go into slot 41. Suppose that's kind of angled down a little much. I'll try that. Another one. Let's see, that was that one. Slot 42 needs only 0.41 microhenries, which is 0.41. 10 turns, 7 inches of wire. Let's see, we'll do 5, 6, 7. What did I say? 10 turns. That's a pretty reasonable number. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 9, 10. It's spread out a little bit. Why is the spreading out the hardest part? foil in trouble. This is, ooh, that one got a little warm. And that looks a little thick right there. That's not going to go on. Lovely, easy to fix. Number 4-2. Slide right in. It's in there good. One more, 80 meters. This will be the long one, 2.04 microhenries. 2.04. Calculate. 23 turns. 13.3 inches. You can go 5, 10, 13. And we need to get another red core. T37-2. As long as we don't lose all these guys. That back on. Really nerdy, make an engagement ring like that or something. What did I say? 23 turns. This is going to be, I think, close to the maximum with this gauge wire. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, we're gonna do it, 23, look at that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 21, 22, 23. Whew. Glad I can still count that high. Trim that a little shorter. This guy will take a minute to warm up again after all that long bit of counting. That's good enough. Might need to get a little bit of this extra solder off. Make sure they fit in. This was 5-1. This guy here. That's pretty good. 1, 2. And last but not least, 0.82. 0.82. Calculate. 14 turns, 9 inches. And I'm gonna coil this wire up. Let's see, that'll be 5 inches plus 4 inches. Whoops. Keep this in a manageable form in case I need to rewind. I guess there are a bunch of transformers still that'll require more wire. And then do their trick of just a single twist, and that'll keep it from unraveling. It's like magic. Anyhow, 9 turns. 1. 9 turns. Why did I write 14 over here? 0.82, 0.82. Oh, no, 14 turns, not 9 inches of wire. Oh, I'm losing it. Let's see, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. And if we look at this, we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, 8, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Just like we wanted. Oops. Trying to get these all spread out nicely. It's pretty good. I suppose I don't need to keep this screen up anymore. There it goes. I guess I said that Shakespeare quote wrong. It's actually double, double, toil and trouble, not bubble, bubble, toil and trouble. I feel like I just learned it wrong. But whatever. That's what you get for being an engineering major and not a classics major or literature major or whatever major it is that you study Shakespeare. 52. Right in there. That looks pretty good. Let's see. Turn this back down. I think I had like 320 or something before. I don't need to melt everything. 1, 2, and then we'll just go jab all these toroids and make sure there's no open circuits. That looks good. Well, I'll call that a success. I think I'm done for tonight. I've got 2 transformers. This L15 I think is the supply. Let's see, we can look at the RF board. This RF board. L15. Where are the PA transistors? Oh, here it is. 22 turns on an FT37. Hopefully this matches. 22 turns on an FT3743. I'm going to put on the 3BS170s since that's what I have. But yeah, that just supplies, it's a RF choke, supplies current flow, keeps the RF out of the stuff up here. And then the other 2 transformers are here for this SWR measurement, it looks like. Yeah, forward and reverse. And then put in the 3, whoops, you can't see me anymore. So that'll go there, then 3 PA transistors, the RF connector, SMA connector, and then the inter-PCB connector. And then, I don't know what Q5 and Q4 are. Hopefully I don't need to put those on. But, yeah, that's nearly done. So, making progress. But until next time, 73.